what do I do with this car? They won't come and get it. Sometimes if you're in a bankruptcy case, you don't reaffirm your debt. You don't say, I'm not going to keep paying on this debt, but the creditor doesn't foreclose. They don't repossess the car, and now you're stuck with it. It's in your driveway. What do you do with it? I'm going to answer that question in this video. Come on in. Hi, I'm Bankruptcy Attorney Dan Scott, and I help people resolve the financial difficulties they've been in a predictable and peaceful way. The question we have before us today is, what do you do with a car that you're not going to pay for, you don't want to keep, but the creditor will not come and get it? So in a bankruptcy case, you can keep your car by doing one of two things. Either a redemption, where you redeem the car from the lien of the creditor by paying its fair cash value, or you reaffirm the debt with the creditor. That is, you make a deal with the creditor that says, hey, creditor, I'm going to treat you like you weren't in bankruptcy. Okay? And that's the way we do most cars. Most of the cars we do are through a reaffirmation because it takes cash to do the redemption. But what happens if you said, look, I don't want to fool with this car? Maybe a family member has loaned you their car. Maybe the car wasn't that good to begin with. Maybe you owe so much money on it that you can't make a deal with the creditor that you can live with. You're finally making a good decision about your car. But now the bankruptcy case is over. You've gotten a discharge of the debt, but they haven't come to repossess the car. You call them on the phone and say, come and get this car. And they say, we'll be right over. You call them again, we'll be right over. You call them again, we'll be right over. And now all of a sudden, it's in your driveway, it's in your way. What do you do? Well, an interesting case came out of the bankruptcy appellate panel for the Sixth Circuit just a short time ago, where this very issue was raised. And it was a narrow issue before the court because the question was, is it a violation of the automatic stay for a creditor, in this circumstance, OneMain, if a creditor says, look, I'll release the lien on the car, but only if you pay me money? We know that the discharge in bankruptcy acts as an injunction on seeking to collect any debt that you owed as of the day the case was filed. And so the demand that to get $150 to release the lien, the debtor thought that was unreasonable. And so the debtor moved to reopen its case. You see, its case was already closed. The debtor had gotten a discharge. And so he moved to reopen the case so that he could make a claim against OneMain for violation of the discharge injunction. So he reopened the case so that he could make a claim against OneMain to say, OneMain, you're violating the discharge injunction. The bankruptcy court said, no, that's not the case. OneMain is charging $150. That's what they demanded, $150 in order to release its lien. They're not seeking to collect the debt. They're charging a fee to release the lien, and they're within their rights. The district court agreed with the bankruptcy court. So what they were saying is the payment that OneMain is requiring was not for collection of the debt, which is a violation of the automatic stay, but it was for a release of the lien. Went up to the Court of Appeals, actually before the bankruptcy appellate panel, and the bankruptcy appellate panel said they're right. Requiring a payment of a fee to release the lien is quite permissible. It's not collection of the debt. It is simply a charge to release the lien. So what happened? Well, here's what happened. He either paid the $150 and got the lien released and then had somebody come and get the car, or he had it towed over to their shop. But what he didn't do is he didn't get a discharge injunction violation from the creditor. So let me talk about the practical effect of it. He could have avoided all this by doing one of a couple of things. He could have just got a towing company, a junkyard, to say, here's what we'll pay you for that vehicle, and however much the towing was, and sent that to OneMain, and OneMain would have taken that. In fact, they offered to do that. And so he would have got it out of his driveway, But see, he thought there was big money here for a violation of the discharge injunction. So remember, be reasonable in this stuff. You can get that car out of your driveway, but remember, there's a lien on it with the creditor if the creditor has not released the lien. The discharge does not release your lien. The other option that he had, and it was offered by OneMain, is pay me money and I'll simply release my lien and you do whatever you want to. But he wasn't interested in that. It was $150, okay? And, you know, I'm not saying $150 is nothing, but, you know, going through all the hassle and then losing, he probably wishes he paid the $150. So sometimes you just got to be reasonable thinking through stuff. And in this circumstance, I think probably OneMain had the better side of the argument, and the Court of Appeals said that's right. OneMain does have the better side of the argument. So charging a fee in order to release the lien is not a violation of your discharge. Just remember that. Hope this video was helpful to you. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, would you subscribe to our channel? And then if you would, bang the bell. I'll be able to send you notices that we publish new videos, and we do that pretty much all the time. Also, if you have a question about this video or any of the other videos that I publish, go ahead and ask your question in a comment, and maybe I'll answer it in another video, because I do read those comments. Thanks again for watching.